Smells like fucking rotten meat and cocaine in here.
It feels terribly hypocritical, which is, gravely disappointing.
Paved in hypocrisy. After the city of Portland ordered a homeowner to pay thousands of dollars to fix his sidewalk, we decided to see what kind of condition our city leaders' sidewalks were in. And it went about as well as you'd expect. Thanks for being with us. I'm Chris Willis.
And I'm Laurel Porter. You might recall a Portland homeowner is on the hook for thousands of dollars after a city inspector decided the sidewalk in front of his house didn't meet safety standards. Here's a photo to judge for yourself. That's the damage the city of Portland says Kyle Bell needed to pay to fix. But Bell says the same rule the city held him to doesn't seem to apply for everyone.
You'd think the leaders who enforce the rules would also follow them. But as we found in our follow-up investigation, some city commissioners are throwing some big stones while living in glass houses. If you're going to tell Portland homeowners what to do
for sidewalk repairs,
you might want to make sure your own house is in order first.
It feels terribly hypocritical, which is, gravely disappointing.
Homeowner Kyle Bell is facing thousands of dollars in sidewalk repair after the city council told him his sidewalk was downright dangerous. Dangerous, according to the city's policy, is a half-inch gap, dip, or lip anywhere on your sidewalk.
In the city of Portland, we use the half-inch standard, and it often seems stringent at first glance.
Sidewalk violations are complaint-based in Portland, and someone did complain about Kyle's neighbor, but not him. Inspectors walked his block and decided he was in violation too. So he appealed the council's decision, saying his sidewalk was fine. No tripping hazards, no major cracks, lifts, or dips.
I don't even know what's wrong with that square. There are lines poured, when they pour concrete, they make lines.
But commissioners didn't buy it and stuck him with a repair bill for $4,825. Listen closely to your elected leaders making their decision.
And the complaint was made. The repairs were needed.
Mr. Bell received notice of the violations. He chose not to take action. The city, by code, stepped in for him and did the work.
Today, we have to use the rules that are in place.
But the process today is one that is uniformly enforced across the city.
Really? Uniformly enforced across the city? Maybe for the rest of us. Take a look. This is the sidewalk in front of Mayor Wheeler's home. That tripping hazard is not only dangerous, but an obvious violation of the city's half-inch standard. So we asked the mayor if he knows he's violating the same code that he uses to judge other Portland homeowners.
I actually do. I'll be the first to admit, I know it needs to be done, and I have procrastinated.
Mayor Wheeler is not the only violator. During Kyle Bell's appeal, Transportation Commissioner Chloe Udaley said this.
As the mother of a now almost 18-year-old child who uses a wheelchair, that sidewalk repair, maintaining that public asset and maintaining access and safety is important.
But how important it is unclear, because the sidewalk in front of Commissioner Udaley's home looks like a roller coaster. She rents her home, but as the head of PBOT, she knows better than anyone that her sidewalk is a violation, and she knows how to report it. One call to the very agency she oversees would undoubtedly fix it, but that call would likely stick her landlord with the bill. Udaley's office emailed us this statement saying, quote, as the Transportation Commissioner and the mother of a child who uses a wheelchair, she is naturally very supportive of code-based sidewalk improvements that make moving around our city safer and accessible for all Portlanders. We returned that email asking if Udaley has reported the violation to PBOT, and if not, why not? We never heard back. We showed Kyle Bell Udaley's sidewalk, and he says this do as I say, not as I do style of government seems unfair.
Right in front of her house does seem really ironic and hypocritical. That's, It's really disappointing.
Mr. Bell, I believe, is to be complimented for exercising his full appeal rights.
Commissioner Nick Fish lives in an apartment. This is the sidewalk on his corner. A violation so big we measured it with a chapstick, well beyond the half-inch city standard. Commissioner Fish's office told us, quote, "We're going to defer to the commissioner in charge to speak for the city on this one." And finally, just for good measure, we thought we'd check out the sidewalk in front of the house of the man who runs the entire sidewalk repair inspection process. PBOT Interim Director Chris Warner, not even close to passing city code, and not even close to what PBOT told Kyle Bell.
If someone does see on their property they have a violation, you're expected to fix it.
Interim Director Warner told us, quote, "I pledge to fix my sidewalk quickly so that my neighbors and others can get around easily and safely. As homeowners, we are responsible to keep our sidewalks in good shape, and yes, that even applies to our elected officials. At least one of them agrees.
I'm as subject to the laws and the ordinances as anybody else, so it's on me, it's my responsibility, and I need to get it done.
But still a tough pill to swallow for Kyle Bell, hit with stones thrown from those in glass houses to the tune of $4,285.
To know that they're sitting up there looking at me and telling me how this is their judgment on me, it's incredibly disappointing.
And that disappointment is twofold for Kyle. Yes, he says it's disappointing to have the city council pass judgment on his sidewalk and bill him thousands of dollars while their sidewalks are a lot worse. But he says it's also disappointing to have an outdated sidewalk repair system in Portland that makes pointing out this hypocrisy so easy. Commissioners seem to agree and say they will now look at different models of enforcement, including proactive inspections, new financing strategies, and making city-owned sidewalks a priority. They say they also want to change the appeal process if a homeowner does not agree with a sidewalk assessment.